Next question. You're a restaurant or you're a seafood restaurant
Mhm.
opening in 90 days. Okay. What's your grand opening plan? You got 90 days to get butts in seats. What are you going
Okay,
to do?
so that's a takeoff of the influencer idea, and we'll start there, and then there's
Okay.
another spin on that.
Okay.
So whenever I was opening a new place, think about anyone who is a leader in the community, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, perhaps, or the mayor of your town, or business owners that have high traffic businesses, that sort of thing. I always invited them to a soft opening and I gave them a free meal, which was an investment in their confidence in what I'm doing and in their future promotional ability. That's the first piece. Going back to that Uber driver or hotel concierge idea, I believe that every restaurant should come up with a cash cow or series of cash cows. And this is something that may be a signature item on your upcoming menu that you're going to sell a lot of, but you got to figure, can I come up with something that doesn't cost very much to produce, yet I can charge a really great price for it based on perceived value, what it looks like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, and how it's presented, but yet it costs less than $1. And I've got lots of ideas on what those things are. And sometimes they're a byproduct of something that you're already going to make that's an extra part of it. And I can go into detail on that if we had the time. But let's just say you come up with the cash cow. I did this numerous times when I was opening a new place, and I created a four-color coupon on heavy stock, and it had a professional photograph of the cash cow, and then it all had I call it superlative copy. It's fantastic, amazing, stupendous, absolutely free. Ta-da! And there's the picture of it. And then in the corners, it was like $10 value because that's what I charged on the menu for my most popular items that were cash cows. And then I went around to local businesses that were not restaurants. Again, I drove around my community within, say, a 3 mile radius of cities or towns or whatever, and identified high traffic businesses that had lots of customers coming and going all the time. Introduced myself to the owner or the manager and said, "Hey, I'm Roger. I'm opening up this new seafood place, and I would love to introduce your customers to my business and give them something absolutely free. Here's a coupon. If you agree to pass these out, no strings attached, pass it out to your coupon to your customers. And again, stamp the back with a way I can track it. And now I'm going to give you 10% back in trade at my restaurant for every dollar that comes in the door that you send me before tax. And you can come in with your wife or your partner or whoever. You can give it to your employees for staff incentives, and they can use it, and they can just come in, sit down, and sign the check and use the gift card and not pay anything. And again, pennies on the dollar. That was a huge idea. Some of these businesses, whenever I opened a new restaurant, literally within 2 or 3 months, sent me $10,000 to $15,000 of business that I wouldn't have gotten on my own in the door, seeding the marketplace. But then I wanted to hook them. It's like I knew that I was going to train my staff to deliver hospitality and give great customer service experiences. I knew we cared about quality. We were making lots of things fresh from scratch. And I knew my ambiance was going to be special, but I wanted to make sure I got you back in for another visit. So once the coupons started working and I started tracking these and the customers were happy and the businesses were happy that sent it, I'm like, okay, what can I do to give these people something to get them back in again? I'm at this convenience store and I'm waiting in line because the person in front of me can't decide all these rolls of colorful lottery tickets and sweepstakes this and, jackpot that. And suddenly it struck me, what if I create a custom branded lottery ticket to my business that's got my logo on it, it's got a catchy sweepstakes name, it's got the scratch off where you pull a quarter out, and every ticket is a winner, although the recipient doesn't know that, okay?
Yeah.
And when do we give these out? In the check presenter after the person, pays the check or whatever, or you give them back their change, that sort of thing. New customers coming in the door, that sort of thing. And that immediately is the hook where they say, "Oh wow, I'm going to pull out a quarter," and there might be 5 little squares on there, and the first one says try again. Okay, try again. And then the third one hits, "Oh, you're a winner, ding ding ding." And what do they win? They win a cash cow. So you need 4 or 5 different cash cows. You shuffle the tickets randomly because you don't want anyone to get the same cash cow, but you get the idea. And that was huge too. What I didn't tell you was the first coupon had an average check of $85 because it wasn't just one person that came in. It was usually two people, okay, and sometimes three, but the average of all the ones I tracked were $85. And it was less than the cost of $1 for the cash cow I gave them to get them in the door. They spent $85. And now when the lottery tickets came back, the average check was another $80 to $90, somewhere in that range. And I'm like, wow, I hit the jackpot, especially with this lottery ticket idea. So, you know, it's old school marketing, but it's catchy and it's a hook and it's fun for the guest and they won't forget you.
Love it.
So I do that.
Yeah. What do you think about, this is something we've done, is bringing in like an influencer night. And so you can, you know, invite in those influencers, and you talked about the soft launch, but I'm also thinking about like people that have big Instagram followings, right?
Absolutely.
Especially that are hyper targeted people, you know, in your community. Invite them in, bring out a ton of dishes and just say, hey, take pictures and videos, you know, try it. I mean, that's something that's worked really well for us.
Genius. Absolutely. Yeah. So if you can identify who those people are and get them into the place and give them an experience and just ask them, hey, share this. If you're having fun, share this. Yeah. Wow. You know, again, pennies on the dollar, your food cost, give them an experience and it'll more than pay off in results, I think.